Hi, my name is Rose Gia, and I'm very excited to talk to you about something that is near and dear to my heart: Renaissance Marketer, the next generation of leadership. But first, let's start with who I am and why I can speak to this topic. I lead paid media awareness and discovery for one of Amazon's fastest growing businesses, Ultra Fast Grocery, which includes brands like Amazon Fresh and Whole Foods. But I wasn't always a marketer. I took a very unconventional path that ended up giving me my superpower. I was a history major in college. I obsessed over military strategy because I saw its application in other aspects of life, including business. After college, I became an investment banker. I learned all about driving business and shareholder value, as well as top line growth and bottom line profits. And then I found my calling in marketing. I was open to a world of human behavior and how it translated into revenues. I quickly studied up on behavioral economics and thoroughly agreed with this main premise that consumers are not always rational when it comes to purchase decisions. As in, I have made many, and sometimes regretful purchase decisions because I felt this connection and an emotional trigger with a certain product. As a marketer, I was surrounded by tech entrepreneurs and forward thinkers, and I longed to build skills beyond digital and brand marketing. To cut my teeth in the tech world, I built two startup platforms. One, diving deep into technology and how it's disrupted many different traditional industries, and the other, gamifying whiskey education. Every differing experience, from working in financial services to entertainment, from being a banker to being a marketer, from running my own startups to being a part of a corporate conglomerate, all of that helped me achieve my superpower: the ability to connect disparate dots and create something new. I combined my skills in marketing and product to design native ad units that viewers wanted to watch, like a movie trailer. I used my startup skills to mesh with my corporate mandate to build tools for small business owners. And now I'm employing my financial background to reframe marketing spend as an investment portfolio of channels and capabilities that will drive compounding ROI in the future. I call this being a Renaissance marketer. Why Renaissance? The Renaissance was a period of time when art, architecture, math, and science all fused together. For example, Leonardo da Vinci incorporated scientific principles such as the human anatomy into his artwork. Aside from painting his famous Mona Lisa and The Last Supper, Leonardo was an inventor, an architect, and a scientist. He was the quintessential Renaissance man. Like the great masters of the Renaissance period, America's founding father, Benjamin Franklin, was also a man of many talents. He was an inventor, creator of the bifocals, and he was also a statesman. He got the rest of the world to recognize the 13 states as a nation. But what do these iconic people have in common? They're known as polymaths. Psychology Today broke down polymath into three parts. 1. Breadth, having wide-ranging knowledge in very distinct areas. 2. Depth, having vertical knowledge in specific areas. 3. Ability to connect and synthesize disparate networks of information, which leads to innovation. Innovation has oftentimes been equated with net new, never been discovered ideas, but that's rare. In the thousands of years we've been on this earth, almost everything that could be considered net new has been discovered, created, or at least thought of. But innovation isn't just about net new. It's about bringing together disparate information and reshaping it in a new and different way, which is essentially creativity. According to Professor Robert Root Bernstein, what characterizes the most creative individuals is an ability to discover connections between apparently unrelated domains of activity: the artist and the scientist, the sculptor and the mathematician, the musician and the programmer. In the past, marketers have focused on a singular purpose: building the brand. Activities were considered costs because it was spending on advertising, and the reliance on the art part of marketing was greater than the science. But we live in a new world now, dominated by fast-moving technology and greater consumer awareness. Thus, marketers must evolve. We must become multidisciplined. We must understand brand, product, customer experience. We must reframe our contributions as growth drivers, and we must balance the art and the science. Thus, the new marketer must become the Renaissance marketer. Clearly, A marketer who has the ability to employ psychology and tell engaging stories, but also a data scientist who can gather customer data and build feedback loops, as well as being a product manager who can develop new technologies to help drive growth through customer experience or user experience. And of course, a financier, someone who can drive return on investment. What this means is a shift in mindset from growth to investment. Growth mindset implies infinite capacity to learn and grow. But let's be honest, we have finite resources and finite time. One must continuously make trade-offs. So we must think about marketing efforts like any other investment, growth over time, thus putting the impetus on driving long-term value over short-term gains. You might ask, what do marketing leaders invest in? 1. Technology. There has been a ton of marketing technology developed in the last couple of years, and CMOs will continue to build in-house or integrate with these best-in-class solutions. 2. Resources. They're going to think about their product roadmaps, what new technologies are out there, and how to really drive investment returns on their advertising spend. And 3. People. Because people are the pipeline of future innovation. Leonardo da Vinci surrounded himself with people of various backgrounds and interests because it sparked creativity. He recognized the power of innovation through diversity, and so do the most innovative marketing leaders of today. Here are some modern-day examples of Renaissance marketers. Steve Jobs was one of the best marketers in the world, but he was also an engineer, a salesman, and a designer. He revolutionized how we think about personal computing. Just look at how the mobile phone has become a major appendage. Antonio Lucio, Facebook's former CMO, often mentions how as a CMO, he has to be a businessman first and an artisan second, indicating his role as a head marketer is to be the chief brand officer, the chief people officer, the chief alignment officer, and of course, the chief storyteller. Joanne Bradford, SoFi's CMO, was the chief operating officer prior to serving as CMO, which is a testament to her leadership and analytical skills. Diana O'Brien, Deloitte CMO, was a management consultant in healthcare and life sciences before running marketing. Deborah Ye, Sephora's CMO, built engagement apps that allow people to try on makeup instead of just running advertising. And Kristen Lemkow, JP Morgan Chase, former CMO and now CEO of their wealth management division, has led the charge on combating ad fraud and brand safety, and had her team develop its own algorithm on YouTube to ensure its ads didn't end up next to inappropriate content. So think about your future as a marketer. Do you exhibit the traits of a Renaissance marketer? Are you a sponge for knowledge? Are you keeping up with new technologies? Are you applying what you're learning? Are you developing new skills? And most importantly, are you building your diverse network? I created RenaissanceMarketer.com to help aspiring marketers and established marketing leaders adopt this new way of thinking. If you want to learn more about this concept or help out, please check out RenaissanceMarketer.com. If you like my video, please subscribe and share.